All right, hear me out. Have you ever been road tripping and gone to a supercharger to find that it's an old V2 and it's parked out in the middle of absolute nowhere and the only bathroom or food source is a long ways away? Well, it's happened to me more than once. And when that happens, you really only have two choices available to you. You either hoof it or you sit in your car and you try to say, well, I guess I'll just stop the next time. Well, if you only have a 10 or 15-minute charge necessary, hoofing it may not feel like a good option. However, if you've got a good portable electric scooter available to you, then things might change. And I have one, and I want to show it to you. This little guy right here is an all-electric 350-watt scooter from Isinwheel. This is the S9 Pro. It's a completely foldable scooter that clocks in at just 27 pounds, which makes it ultra portable, where you can actually easily put it in the back of your Tesla and use when you're on those supercharger runs. It's also pretty affordable. It is under $300, and if you shop around for electric scooters, especially ones that are designed to go inside your Tesla, you're going to find $300 for this level of scooter is actually a pretty good deal. Now, before we talk about how well this scooter actually works inside your Tesla, let's just cover some of the basic stats so we can get that behind us. This guy has a 350-watt motor. It's located up here in the front wheel, and it's being driven by a 36-volt, 7.5 amp-hour battery under here in the lower frame. Top speed on this is 19 miles an hour, which frankly is probably a little too fast in my opinion. And it's also rated for upwards of 19 miles of range, and it will haul a person 220 pounds up almost a 20% hill grade. So this guy is pretty versatile and will likely get you to where you need to go. Another feature that I want to point out about this particular scooter is that it has an app that talks through Bluetooth to the scooter. Why do you need that? Well, the app is actually used for turning on a few functions and controlling some things that you can't actually do from the screen, which is a dislike of mine, but more to that in a minute. Well, within the app, you have control over the two speed modes. Now, when you first turn it on, speed mode 1 will get you up to about 9 miles per hour. But if you bump it up to speed mode 2, then you're going to go the full 19 miles an hour. This bike also has a front light, which is really nice, but you have to use the app to turn the light on and off. And speaking of lights, it's also got a tail light, which is actually a nice feature. And along with that, something you wouldn't expect, this bike actually has turn signals. The lights are located on the ends of the actual handlebar grips. Let's take a second and look over the controls here. Over here on the right-hand side, we have our throttle. We have our left turn signal, our right turn signal. We have a clip here, which is used for when you actually collapse the bike down. This will clip and allow you to lift up and carry it away. We've got our main control switch here. Hold the button down, it will power up. It will display your miles per hour and whether or not you're in speed mode or drive mode. We also have this here, which is something you might not be used to seeing. This is a dynamic brake. Think of it like, I guess, regenerative braking. You want to just use the motor to help slow you down, you can press this and it'll slow you down. It's got an old school mechanical bell, and it's got your brake here, which is tied to a rear disc. Works very, very well. Lastly, in the app is a feature called Cruise Mode. What is Cruise Mode? Cruise Mode allows you to not have to hold the thumb throttle the entire length of time that you're riding the bike. If you're going to be going a long distance, simply hold the throttle at a set position for 5 seconds. You'll hear a tone, and then from that point forward, the bike will just go at that speed, whether you're touching the throttle or not. In order to disable it, simply energize the brake and it will stop. All right, let me talk about what I like and what I dislike about the bike. And the likes far outweigh the dislike. For me, the number one like of this bike has to be the speed and portability, all wrapped up in one in a 27-pound package. You can fold this guy down. It tucks up real nice in the back of my Model Y, and it will set up in seconds and allow me to get to where I need to go very quickly. So when I get to a McDonald's or whatever, then I can easily fold it back up and literally carry it into the bathroom with me to use the restroom, get a bite to eat, bring it outside, fold it back up, and I'm good to go. Another highlight for me are the brakes and the lights. It has a disc brake, which is something that I would not expect to see on a scooter, but it works out really, really well and has good stopping power. It also has the turn signals, the headlight, and the taillight, which for me, from a safety point of view, makes this a really good scooter. The last thing I have to mention is that this thing has gobs and gobs of power. Put it in level 2 as far as speed goes, and this thing will take you, I guarantee you, about as fast as you want on a scooter of this size, because any faster might just be a little bit dangerous. All right, let's talk about my dislikes, and it's actually a pretty short list. Frankly, my only dislike about this is that there are some functions on this scooter that you have to use the app for. You would think that you'd be able to control everything from the main display, but you cannot. If you want to turn the light on and off, you have to use the app. Every time you power this scooter up, it defaults to speed level 1, which has a max rating of about 9 miles an hour. So if you want to bump it up to speed level 2, you have to go into the app and enable it every time, at least as far as I can tell. The last thing is the cruise mode. The cruise mode seems to remember its last setting, but if it's something you want to turn on and off, that's something you also have to do only in the app. Now, that is a relatively minor inconvenience for this particular scooter because overall it is surprisingly good. So if you have a little extra space in your Tesla while you are road tripping, leave a little extra space for this particular scooter from Isinwheel. It is a really versatile scooter. I'm glad that I have it, and it's going to open me up to so many more options, especially at some of those older V2 chargers when you have to use them. And oh yeah, if you just want a scooter for tooling around town, it's good for that too. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate you tapping that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscriptions are always welcome. And if you're looking to pick up a Tesla of your own, and I would highly recommend it, make sure you use the referral link. Any referral link will work, but if you want to use mine, that would be great because using that referral link will save you $1,000 off your Tesla. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.